I started my training by banging my head against metal posts, and then going in there and punching myself a few times and then going to spar.
So you would hit your head against a metal post again and again and again?
Yes. And in that fight with Gypsy, I want the win so bad that anytime he's going to come at me, I'm imagining my son behind me and he's trying to attack my son. And I have to keep him away from my son. And as long as I have that, I'm going to die. I'm going to die in there. My cardio level is through the roof. I go easily 6, 7, 8 rounds. Easily. So they're giving me 3 rounds, 2 minutes. That means for 6 minutes, I could just wail on him.
What's your 5K run time? How fast can you run 5K in? If your cardio is so good.
Honestly, I've never measured my 5K.
Oh no, what kind of athlete who is training for something doesn't time their runs? Are we serious right now? Anyways, let's get this shit cracking. Well, you guys, I did not think we would be talking about the chinless bastard so soon, but I just watched the press conference and oh my god, was it goofy as hell. It was also extremely irritating. I'm going to show you all the clips today, but before we get to that, I want to show you how excited Brokeback Benny was to meet Gypsy. He literally said in an interview with Fred that he was excited to finally meet his girlfriend and that he thinks that there's going to be like sparks in the air or something. I don't know, dude. It was just so weird and it all made sense. Like, I think he's trying to get more out of this fight. I think he's just using this as an excuse to get all up close and naked and sweaty with Gypsy because he really seems to be into the guy.
Meeting the Gypsy Crusader today.
Tonight is the night that I meet my girlfriend.
What are you going to say to him when you face off?
Honestly, I've looked him up a little bit. I never really paid too much attention to him. Didn't know who he was before. I don't know what people follow him for. I guess just people with hate in their heart. And hopefully tonight, when he sees my face, he doesn't fall in love too much. But at the end of the day, I'm going to put some fear into him. But I think I'm also going to enlighten him a little bit. Right. I have a feeling like he could still be saved. There's something there. There's a little spark there that I feel like he's not all that evil. Like he's got something in there. I've learned to gain some respect for the guy when I watched him. And I have to say, I think that we could still convert him. We can bring him back to the good side.
So that's the end goal here. Not just to beat him for yourself. Is to convert him.
Yes, I really thought that I was just going to go in there and beat the fuck out of him. I thought I was going to beat him up, but then when I kind of looked into his story and saw what happened in his life and what he's going through, I started to feel bad.
Okay, so now we're going to get into the press conference, and you see in that clip how he's like talking as though he's on the good side. He's the hero, right? And he kept playing into this trope throughout the conference that Gypsy's this evil villain, but Azoulay sees something in him and he feels like he could still be converted to the good side. It's just wild to think that Bendover actually thinks like he's a good guy. Now, I think what I'm gathering from the majority of my subscribers and followers on Instagram is that people don't necessarily like Gypsy, but they're rooting for him because they just hate Ben that much and they want to see Ben get his ass kicked, which is perfectly fine. I agree with that. I too am rooting for Gypsy. Now, the frustrating part is that I assumed that would also translate to the majority of people like in real life, but apparently it doesn't, because in this room, when Gypsy and Bendover were getting interviewed, a lot of the fighters and people that were coming up to the mic asking questions seemed to really hate Gypsy, and either one of two things seemed to be happening here. Either people there did not know of Ben's conviction and just how bad he actually is, what a monster he is, or people don't care and they do know about it and they just like happen to hate Gypsy more for the things he's saying online more than they hate what Ben has done, which is crazy to me. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I don't have a problem with people criticizing Gypsy. I understand that he has said some wild stuff and a lot of it seems intentionally rage baity and like he's purposefully trying to piss people off for attention. But when I look at the reasons why people dislike Gypsy versus the reasons people dislike Ben, I think what Ben has actually done in his life is far more serious than being an internet troll or rage baiter. And I understand that this doesn't necessarily need to turn into like some sort of competition over who's worse. That's not really my point. My point is that if you're going to be extremely vocal about Gypsy's character and his history, I think it's fair to ask why you're not keeping that same energy with Ben. And listen, maybe I'm reading the situation wrong. You guys can let me know if you see it differently. But from my view, it feels like people are going significantly harder at Gypsy while either overlooking Ben entirely or barely even addressing him. And again, I'm not mad at the criticism being thrown at Gypsy. Criticize him all you want if you think he deserves it. I just think that same energy should be consistent both ways. Otherwise, it just feels very selective, and I think that's why I got annoyed. Okay, now let's get into this clip. Like I said, Ben is up there saying, I'm here to fight for Israel. I'm here to fight for my people, saying that Gypsy has so much hate in his heart. He is coming with darkness, and that Ben is coming with the light. He's coming with all the light, right? Like, just listen to how ridiculous this is. And of course, he's like, this is my first professional fight. All of my fights previously were done in secret because I didn't want the cops showing up. It's like, shut up, dude.
Definitely. I mean, it's my first time fighting in front of a crowd. Usually if I fight, I don't want anybody to see, you to go to jail. So at this point in time, it's a get to fight somebody and don't go to jail for it. This guy right here, he's got a lot of hate in his heart. He's coming with a lot of darkness. I'm coming with the light. I respect everybody here, all the fighters. I'm not a professional fighter. I'm just a guy that got on the internet, and now I'm going to fight for my people. I'm fighting for Israel, fighting for the Jews. I love everyone. I respect everyone. And I appreciate you all being here. And thank you for Duel for having me.
Okay, now comes the part where I just got so freaking irritated because this guy in the front, I don't know who he is. He might be a professional fighter, I don't know. But he screams over to Gypsy, yo, fuck this guy. And he starts getting mad because he's calling Gypsy racist, whatever. Fine. But then he almost starts siding with Ben on things. Like when Ben starts attacking Gypsy, he's like siding with Ben. Attack both of them. Attack Ben as well. And in fact, he himself has said a bunch of racist shit.
Yo, fuck this guy. He's a white supremacist right here, this guy right here. Fuck him.
I'm not going to say I'm not.
Fuck that guy.
I'm not going to say I'm not.
I'll tell you something.
Okay, dude, but you're not going to say anything about the house sitting behind you, who has also said all of this racist shit?
I swear to God, I used to drive down the street, see a black guy throw him a banana. I was a crazy fuck.
Hey, my nigga, what's up? I was like, monkey this, monkey that. No, it's insane. They jump very high. Do you know what's the IQ level of a silverback gorilla?
Don't know.
90. Do you know what's the average IQ in Africa?
What?
60.
What the shit? I mean, I know they're my parents, that's black and white, but...
How many blacks don't?
Holy shit.
You know that 25% of black fathers are not really the fathers?
So yeah, like either these idiots don't know about Ben or they do and they just like are for some reason more pissed off about Gypsy, about what Gypsy has said, which is crazy. So this guy doesn't stop. He just keeps shouting like white supremacist, shut up, pussy, like calling Gypsy all these names throughout the whole thing. It's like, dude, we get it. We get it. It's like, I don't know if he's playing it up for as like an act or something, or if he just really hates Gypsy that much, but it's like, dude, chill out. I don't know. Maybe it's justified. I just found it like kind of annoying because I wanted to hear what was going on. But nonetheless.
I'll tell you
You're a
something.
pussy. Shut up.
You're
a racist. You're a pussy. Fuck you.
He's got a lot of hate on his heart.
He's a white supremacist, this guy right here. You piece of shit. Look at this guy. Just Google him for 2 seconds. He's a piece of shit. Terrible human being.
Yeah, Google Ben for 2 seconds. And the reason why this annoys me so much is because it gives Ben an opportunity to act like the hero that he's trying to be, right? Because now that he hears this guy getting all like up in a tizzy about Gypsy, calling him racist, calling him a white supremacist, all this stuff. Now Ben is gonna butt in and be like, yeah, I'm fighting for all black people. I'm fighting for Jews. I'm fighting for this. Like, no, you're not, bitch. No, you're not. And you're only saying that because this guy has such a problem with Gypsy. So now, all of a sudden, Ben now is fighting for black people as well. Before, it was for his son. Then it was for Israelis. Then it was for the youth. Then it was for all of his fans at home so that he could show them that you can do anything you want, no matter what age you are or whatever the hell. And now, because this guy won't shut up, now Ben is taking advantage of that and be like, oh, I'm fighting for all black people. Like, you gave him an opportunity to, once again, position himself as the hero.
Look, I'm fighting for all blacks, I'm fighting for all Jews, I'm fighting even for the whites, and I'll tell you why. Because he's a gypsy, he's not a real white supremacist, and he's given a bad name to white people.
So I didn't catch that the first time around, but the guy turns around and tells Ben to shut up. I think he's talking to Ben. I'm pretty sure, unless he was talking to Gypsy. But it was right when Ben starts saying that he's fighting for black people, and the guy goes, "No, you're not. Shut up." And then Ben just keeps talking, acting like he doesn't hear him. Such a clown, dude. But again, that's really the only time I heard anybody say anything to Ben. So this was kind of the funny part where Gypsy starts calling Ben out on all of his lies, like his lies about him fighting at a Chinese food restaurant, him starting to fight when he was 3 years old, fighting 30 guys at the same time, all of that shit. Gypsy's gonna bring that all up, and it is kind of funny.
I've given
Very
no
well.
bad name to anybody, but if you want to talk about someone who's just been a complete pathological liar his entire time online, I mean, you take one look at him. Saying that he's fought 1,000 fights. I know Thai fighters that have been fighting since they're 12 years old. They don't have anywhere near that.
Sure.
People saying that, you know what I noticed? He didn't train with whatever kung fu master that he said that he trained with. He went to some Thai gym and like tried to learn how to actually fight. Saying that he's been fighting since
Saturday
he's
night,
3
we're gonna
years
see
old.
Paul, Saturday night,
This
we're
is some
gonna
of the
see
most absolutely absurd
your
things.
face is gonna be broken.
The crazy.
He's so crazy. Your face is gonna be broken. Ben is such an attention whore. He keeps shouting these things when other people are talking, shouting bullshit, trying to act hard, trying to like talk shit, act scary. And it's just so cringe. Okay. And I'll show you that later in just a second because it's so funny to see like Gypsy keeps his calm and the whole time like Ben's standing up, trying to like create this scene where they get all up in each other's faces because that's how Ben is, right? And thank God Gypsy doesn't feed into it. But now Gypsy's gonna bring up the fact that Ben has said that he's the second coming of Christ. And for some reason, Ben is like denying it. He's gonna deny it. And I think he's gonna deny it because recently he got called out for it on a podcast and somebody actually told him that that was blasphemy. You shouldn't compare yourself to Christ.
You can't compare to Jesus. You're blaspheming him, and your case to Americans need to Americans need to support Israel.
By
Well,
the
you
way,
diminished.
I didn't compare myself to Jesus. I said people compare me to Jesus.
Okay.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Well,
And so after that, I think he's kind of like toned back on it. So he's going to deny it, but it's like, we have the videos. What do you mean?
The craziest part, I think one of the worst ones that I've seen is when he said that he's the second coming of Jesus. What kind of insane person says that in front of a camera?
Show me one video where I said that.
That's insanity. It's
Show me
blasphemy.
one
It is
video where I
blasphemy.
said that.
And for that reason alone, he's going to lose.
Okay.
This
Show me one video. I'll show you one video, Ben. Even though there's multiple, I'll show you one.
Christians write to me that I'm the Jesus Christ of this time. When I hit 32, God spoke to me. He said, okay, retirement is over. I need you to go back in there. I need you to guide them. And then he told me one more thing. This is going to shock the world. He said, I don't want to tell you, but the Messiah is here. I asked him, what Messiah? He said, the Messiah that everybody speaks about. He asked me, do you know how old the world is? I told him, billions of years, they say. He said, it's about 6,000 years. The Messiah will arrive by the time it will be 6,000 years, or your world will explode. The Messiah is here and wants to reveal himself. I need you. Then he gave me some calculation that I never looked up. He said Adam and Eve were the first humans. He said 2,000 years later, I gave you guys Abraham. He said 2,000 years after that, I gave you guys Yoshua. And that was 2,000 years ago. And tears came to my eyes as he was speaking to me like I'm the Messiah. And all of a sudden, people start messaging me that I am the Messiah. And Christians write to me that I'm the Jesus Christ, Yoshua of this time. I was shocked that people wrote this to me. He said, what did they see in me that I don't even see?
I'm what they call half man, half God. It's the truth. Some say I'm the Messiah, some say I'm the Jesus Christ.
Messiah, you anointed to do what? What you anointed to do?
Okay, so now Ben is like getting all riled up, right? Trying to walk over to Gypsy with his fucking vest on, dude. Look at this vest. Look at how Gypsy walked in, like completely normal outfit, normal suit. And then Ben in his like fucking tactical vest. A tactical vest, dude. This is a boxing match, not a fucking saloon standoff. I'm surprised he didn't walk in like he's in some sort of Western movie drawing out his guns like, this town ain't big enough for the two of us. Such a clown, dude. Why are you wearing that shit? But anyways, like I said, Ben's getting all excited, getting all riled up, and Gypsy just keeps his cool. Like, sit down, dude, sit down. And then he starts making fun of him for being short. I do think that was a great tactic, like a great approach to all of this is just stay calm because you allow Ben to expose himself as the clown he is. He is such a clown. And the more you just sit down and do nothing and just allow him him to keep yapping, he just looks more and more stupid. Like, it's impossible for him to act like a normal person. He can't. He always has to humiliate himself.
I just have never seen someone so delusional in all of my life.
Listen, your face
It's
is gonna
absolutely
break on
crazy.
Saturday.
Sit down. You'll have your chance on Saturday. You know, you're a lot shorter than I thought you were. Yeah, a lot shorter. I guess, but you don't have those heel things in your shoes tonight, huh? You don't got them tonight? Wow. What a shame. What a shame.
Okay, so then Ben continues to puff up his chest, trying to like talk shit to Gypsy. And Gypsy's still not feeding into it. But then this guy in the front, once again, he's like, why are you allowing this guy to talk? Talking about Gypsy. Why are you allowing Gypsy to talk? But it's like, dude, why are you guys allowing fucking Ben to talk? Do you guys not know how awful Ben is? This is what was so annoying and frustrating about this whole thing. Like, everybody's attacking Gypsy, which, like I said, I want to make my point very clear here that I don't care if people are attacking Gypsy. I feel like people should be able to share their opinions. However, how do you guys have a problem with Gypsy but do not have a problem with a literal pedophile? Are you kidding me? Like, this is so, I'm so confused. And this is what I'm saying. It's so frustrating seeing all these people like get mad at somebody, but then like don't say anything to Ben, not give him any pushback, not talk any shit to him.
You need to find God, and I'll tell you what, Saturday night, I'm going to help you find
I'm not doing nothing, man. My suit's too expensive to get up and mess it up. Let him.
Where'd you get it?
Let him
Hey,
talk
Les,
all his nonsense. Let him let him
expensive.
puff up his chest and let him do his nonsense that he does online. It's the same thing he wants to do. He's clip farming. That's what he does.
Yeah, what do
He
you
does-
do
he-
online?
he's not a
huh?
fighter.
What do you do online?
He's not a fighter,
Get
man.
online and curse out black people?
What I
spreads
do
hate.
online is
He
I
talk-
try to
he
awaken
talk hella
people
shit
to
about
change their
black
minds.
people.
I
He's
do
a
it in my own
legitimate
way, but this is
white
what it is.
supremacist, racist. The shit this guy says is
This is
out
what
of
it is.
control.
You get online
Yo,
and curse Jews, that's what you
Why,
do?
why are we letting
You're
this guy
not
talk?
farming?
And again, my point is made in this next clip where because of this, because everybody is on Ben's side and against Gypsy, they are now allowing him to position himself once again as the hero, as a protector of black people, of Jewish people, all this shit. And he's gonna go on to like use that as a fucking talking point. And it's so frustrating.
No, it's difficult for me to explain what I even see through Gypsy. I see a man that's been hurt many, many times and chose to become the villain. You know, I see a little boy and I feel like maybe there's still something in there that we could bring him to the light. Like he could be saved, but it has to come from him. But seeing the amount of hate that he's promoting online is something that I completely against. Doesn't matter if he says that I talk a bunch of bullshit or I lie or whatever it is. Whatever I say on social media doesn't harm a single person. I never tell people to hate someone else. I always tell everybody, love everybody, respect everyone. It doesn't matter what color you are, where you're from, what religion you are. I have friends that are whites, blacks, Hispanic, Muslims. It doesn't matter. Palestinians. I'm Israeli.
See, like what I'm saying, this guy is acting like he's innocent, like he's some sort of hero, because everybody in this fucking room is allowing him to get away with this bullshit. And now he's gonna go on to say that he's the hero, he could have been the villain, but he's the hero, when he has said multiple times before that he was the villain.
I came in as the hero. They didn't accept me as the hero. So I said, okay, you don't like me as the fucking hero? I'll come back as the fucking villain.
But now suddenly he's saying that Gypsy's the villain and he's the hero. It's just all a bunch of bullshit, dude.
I could have easily been in the same position that he's in. I could have been that guy that hates the world, but I chose to be the hero. The hero and the villain have the same backstory. Both were orphans, both had a hard childhood and a hard life. The difference between them is the villain says, everything that's ever happened to me, I'm going to make sure I do it 10 times worse to everyone else. And the hero says, everything that's ever happened to me, I'm going to make sure it never happens to anyone else.
What kind of hero does this guy think he is? A hero of raping people? Who talks like this? He talks like a literal child, like an 8-year-old. Adult men, real adult men, do not speak like this. Oh, the hero and the villain have the same backstory, except the hero wants to make sure that nothing like that ever happens again. Grow up. Grow up. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to show you those clips because I can't, dude. I just can't. Like, if you're gonna give somebody pushback because you feel as though they deserve it, then you can't let the other person just get away with all their bullshit. They're little and you're getting mad at somebody who's saying bullshit on the internet that you don't like, if you think it's offensive, fine. I'm not going to argue with that. I'm not going to disagree with you. However, don't you think gang a literal 15-year-old in person is a little bit worse than just talking shit on the internet? I'm not like excusing racism. I'm not like condoning it in any way. I'm just saying it's very odd to me that pisses you off more than rape. But I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and just assume that maybe they didn't know or something. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about this. Maybe I'm just being too hard on the guy, but I have to admit I was so annoyed by all of this. I just don't think it's fair to give somebody that much pushback and be yelling at them the entire time, not letting them speak, interrupting them. And then when it comes to Ben, you just have nothing to say. Absolutely nothing to say. But anyways, you guys, I cannot wait to see Ben get his ass kicked. I truly do think Gypsy's gonna mollywop him. I really do. But like I said, I will have the clips for you up this weekend. I don't care if I get copyrighted. I'll still put them up. I most likely will because it's pay-per-view, but I don't care if it's demonetized. I will have that video up and I cannot wait. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Take care.
I want some action. Come on. Slap him. Push him.
No need. Saturday.
I can't take him serious. All right. Fast forward, fellas. Some shit for the clip. Give it up, folks, one more time. That cold main event you do not want to miss.